Okay, as always, we start at our dashboard when we go into my.weicker.com. And this is a place, I can't stress it enough, that you need to come in and look at and see what's going on. Okay, on your dashboard is always going to be the most recent stuff to the left and older as you go. The This was a viewed listing on the website. Okay, so the website, your website, okay, has a behavioral automation program ingrained in it. Okay, so when somebody starts looking at a couple of things, like over here, this Erin did for a few days ago, went and was looking around at homes, it will start to see a pattern, and it will automatically set up alerts for them of homes in the same area in the same price range. Okay, but you want to be coming in here and just reaching out. And you can see down here, this person only gave their email. This person gave all the information we asked for. So obviously you can call them. You can send a quick text because they said it's okay to text. All right. And just kind of reach out. And again, I can't stress enough, please don't call them and say, oh, I saw you were looking at 33 Clover Hill Lane on my website. Just say, I saw you visited my website. Is there anything that you would like me to set up a tour about? You become the realtor. I'm the marketing person. You're the realtor. Okay. So, as you look at your dashboard here, you're always checking to see what's going on. The other good thing in here is that if you go over under all activities, you can look at the most important things, which is the property view. That's what we just saw. Okay, valuations are people who go to your website and ask, how much is my home worth? All right, nobody's been to this website for that yet. And the other thing that you always want to be looking at is the new emails coming in and out. All right. And then one last thing that I don't usually get to show because my database is so huge is email events. Now, I know that this person has not sent out anything but alerts lately. So we're probably not going to see anything anyway, but we'll take a look. But email events shows you the people that are opening your email. They may not need you right now, but they're reading your emails. Oh, she does have some in here. Great. So her emails were open. This is something she did earlier today. Okay. And the person opened it. And I can see by the address that these are the alerts. Okay. So the alerts go out as an email from you. So you can see that people have gone in and they're looking at the email. Okay. Now alerts already have the information in there. So you won't see a click to, because all the information they need to see is in the email with property alerts. All right. So that's just a quick overview of the dashboard. And I know I do this every class, but I need you to come in here and look. I realize you're so busy, but try to every other day just see. You don't want to come in here and be seeing 11 days ago and you haven't done any kind of reach out to this person. Okay, you want to keep it as new as you can as it comes in. Okay, we're going to go into listing presentation now, which is in your Weicker tools. Okay, so it's under projects here. You can see it's your presentation, your leave behind, and there are a few other things in here. So we're going to go in and we're going to set this up. So now if you've never done one before, you're going to use your own information, okay, to make like a master. And then once you make your master, every time you open it for the next appointment, all of your slides will be in there correctly and locked in, and then it will customize to the new listing. All right, so we're going to create a project here. And I'm just going to put in my own name here. And then the address we're going to use tonight is 9 Taylor Run. And then I'm going to put in the zip code. Now, of course, this is the name of the person that you're going to be talking with about listing their home. the address of the home that they're listing. Sometimes we get the vacation home, you know, so they live in one spot, but they're selling the vacation home in the other. You're going to put the vacation home address in here.
Oh.
All right. Then you're going to add the zip code and the city will come up. Some zip codes will give you multiple choices of cities. Pick the one that is correct and add it in. And we're going to go to next.
Real quick, how did you get to Weicker Tools from my dashboard?
Oh, I'm sorry. Over here, all the way down on the left, these three little lines here open and close the sideboard. So if you don't know the icons, you can open it up and go all the way down to the bottom. It's Weicker Tools. Now, if you can't see it on your screen, that's because your image is too large. So if you're a HP, you have to go over here and zoom in. Okay, because if your image is too large, you'll see the tools will disappear. And a lot of people make it bigger so they can see what they're doing, but then the tools, the Weicker Tools disappear. So you have to make it a little.
Okay, yeah, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and that's normal. I can't tell you how many times people say, oh, I can't see it. Even myself one time opened it up and I was like, where did it go? And then I realized I had made it larger in another program, so I had to bring it smaller here. All right, so we're back in here now. So we're going to create our new project. We put in our information. Now we're going to add a photo. Okay, you always need the photo of at least the front of the house. All right, because otherwise the program doesn't look correct. Let me just, I know I have it in here somewhere. Let me just pull it up. There it is. Okay, now if you've done a two-step, which is you've gone and met with the seller and you've done a tour of their house, you can take the getting to know you and your home booklet with you, and you're just asking them questions about the house. You're talking about the HVAC, you know, and everything. They may talk to you about things that are important to them. Oh, we just had a new mantle put on the fireplace and we had our kitchen remodeled, you know, and these are the things that are important to them. So when you're doing that first step, take pictures with your phone of anything that was important to them. And then you can also upload those in here and we can put it into the presentation. All right. If you are not doing a two-step and you get that phone call and they say, you know, come over Saturday and let's talk about this, please drive by and take a picture of the front of the house. It doesn't have to be a pretty picture like this is. I pulled this off the MLS. Okay. It just needs to be a picture of the house. Excuse me. Once I've loaded up the picture, I'm going to click the default image only on the front of the house one. And what this button does is it tells the software, I want you to put this photo everywhere where it belongs. And it will do that. Okay. And then, like I said, you can always upload. I don't think I have any other house pictures besides the front of the house. Yeah, I don't. But you can upload, like I said, like if they say about the kitchen and stuff, and we'll use that as part of the presentation. So once it's uploaded, you hit next. Okay, so here you can see the list of things you can do. We have our listing presentation. The leave behind is the booklet that you create and you can bind it in the office. And that's what you're going to give them when you leave, whether they sign with you or not. Okay, then afterwards you can do the property flyer once you get the listing. Business card you can take with you in the beginning. Mr. Weicker, and I'm 21 years with the company, Mr. Weicker has always been about the wow. Okay, he wants people to go wow. So if you take this custom business card with you, when you go to visit them, that's the first wow. They look at the card and it's not your card, it's a picture of their home. And I'm going to show you how to build that as we go through the night here. Okay. And then the last thing is the water bottle wrap. So if they list with you, you make these wraps for the open house and you hand out water bottles to people with all your information on it, plus the information about the house. But for right now, we're going to do our listing presentation. Now, the listing presentation is built primarily to be printed and put in a binder and taken to the house with you. But you can use the listing presentation on your tablet or your laptop if that's what you would like to do. Each one of these screens is there for a reason, okay? So we're gonna go in and we're gonna start by editing our pages. And now you can see here the name of the person that I'm going to see, the picture of the house that I took. Do not pull yours from the MLS. That is a violation of our IDX. We don't have copyright to pictures that are not Weichert, so you can't pull it from the MLS and put it in. Just drive by the house, okay? I've been doing this a long time. I have seen pictures that they take from the car. They don't even get out of the car. It doesn't matter. The people will be impressed with the fact that you did something before they even hired you. Okay, make sure that your address is correct, and then this is going to be your information down here. Anything with a blue box can be edited. Anything with an orange box, which is pictures, can be changed. All right, we have a photo gallery underneath with a lot of just standard pictures. And here is the manager, the mortgage person, the processor. Okay, but then down over here, after we get past all these people, we have stock pictures in here that we use throughout the program. We can change things out if we would like to. Okay, so now this is the first page. There's really nothing I have to fix. I'm going to go on. Okay, so page 2, and if you are new to the real estate business, I would not change the things in the blue boxes. Corporate marketing puts a lot of effort and work into these. Once you've established yourself and you know how you're going to do your business, then you can make some changes. But in the beginning, just leave it the way it is. And you're not going to read this to them line by line, okay? You'll work with your broker. And they'll give you dialogue books and stuff that go along with the presentation. So you get a feel for how you're going to talk, but you're not going to sit there and read to them, okay, implement the Weichert way, are given 6 point. You're not going to do that. Okay, you're going to lose the person after the first 3 slides. So there's a dialogue that goes with each page that basically covers what we're telling them, okay, without actually just reading it to them. And again, this is a picture that you could change up here. So, you know, if you wanted to put something different in here, you could just click on the bottom where the image is, and then click on the box where you want it to go to. Okay. The next screen is the one that I just talked about. This is the one when you do the 2-step. All right. So now they've told you about their kitchen. So you're going to put that in there. All right. And maybe, oops, sorry, wrong arrow. Maybe there's you know, something else about the house that they told you about, so you can pop the pictures in. Oh, they took a lot out, sorry. So the pictures you upload will be at this end, so you don't have to go searching for them. They'll all be over here. All right, then in the blue box you're going to put a description about what they said to you. So remodeled kitchen, recently, you can do recently, okay, and then, or you can do a great kitchen. Okay, it's nothing long or elaborate. It just shows them that you paid attention to what they told you. Okay, they told you about the kitchen, you paid attention, you took some pictures, you added it to your presentation. Okay, because at this point, it's still about what's important to the seller, not what's important to the buyer. Okay, we're trying to get the seller to list, so it's the points of their house that's important to them. Once you have it done, you can just go on. It automatically saves it. All right, now this is one of those ones you see no boxes. This comes directly out of corporate marketing. When they do an update, it is fed into your presentation automatically. You don't have to worry about it. All right, and this is the one about Mr. Weichert and how he started with one office in 1969, and now we are a multi-office international company. All right, So no changes there. Okay, this is the first important one that you have to make sure you customize to you and your office. All right, so your photo is in here. Underneath should be your full name on your license. You cannot use abbreviations of your name in any presentations or flyers or advertising or anything like that that you do. It always has to be your license name. Now, if you want to put in your nickname in between, you could do that. But you can see it's already small type, so we don't try to add more than just our full license name. Under that goes your title. Okay, so you want to make sure that you can see your title in the box. So that way you'll know it's going to be on your page. Next up, and the next one should be your manager. So this is Rose is the manager of that office. And then you. And I'm having a momentary brain lapse here. I forgot Rose's last name. Oh, Esteban. I talk to her all the time and I just couldn't remember for a second there. No, it's S-P-H-A-N. I think so. Make sure you get it right. Okay. Under that goes the title of broker manager. You're not going to put just manager because they also are the office broker. Okay, the next person here is your choice. You could put in your mortgage advisor, you could put in your processor, you could put in your MTS person, especially if marketing is going to be important to them. All right, you might want to put your MTS, and in this case, it's Ian. So you're going to just put in his name. And then you can just call him the marketing and technology specialist. Okay, now this is something I want to save so that every time I open up my master, I don't have to put this in again. So once they're in there, you're going to go up to save. Okay, and then you're going to scroll down, and I'm sorry, we do a lot of scrolling in this. You're going to scroll down to down here where it says page options, and you're going to update this master page. That is going to lock it in. So the next time those pictures won't be missing and the description won't be missing. All right. Then we're going to go on to the next one. Again, this is about the Weichert Way. You see there are no boxes, no editing, so we don't have to worry about it. The next one is about how we make the listing compelling to buyers. Okay, in here, this is all written by marketing. Okay, they don't haphazardly write stuff. Obviously, they know what they're talking about. They've been in the business a long time. Okay, so we don't have to change this, but if there's something that you'd like to add, you can add it. If there's something you'd like to take away, you can. You just click on the button. Okay, and it brings you into the box. You can add it a new bullet down here, or you can go up and you can take one out if you want to. All right. Once if you make any changes, you're going to save at the top, and then page options, update this master page. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Again, this is about the photos. Okay, this end is photos taken probably not with a cell phone. Okay, I would guess that this might just be somebody who takes a photo with a pocket camera. This is more what cell phones do nowadays. They do take better pictures than they used to. And this is a professional photo. So you can see the difference in the three photos. This one is very dark. It's far away. This one is close, but it's kind of too close. And then the professional one, they usually get the spacing correct and they capture everything that you want people to see. So it's very important about the professional photography. Also, through home visit in the Weichert Design Center. As far as I know, they still are offering, reduced pricing on the professional photographer. In some cases, some offices, depending on the home value, what you're listing it at, they may offer it to you for free. Check with your broker to find out for sure. All right. We're going to go on to the next one. Okay, this is about our online strategy, how people go to the, the Weichert.com, how we have the search engines for them to look all over the country. It's not just the local places. All right. And that, that we do a lot of social media. Okay. And right now, 97% of buyers search online first. Years ago, it used to be buyers went to open houses first. Obviously, with the way the world's changed, that has changed. And again, I wouldn't make any changes unless you feel there's something you'd like to add. Okay, now this is the Weichert.com, and it talks about, what they do. Now, see the photos? This is that default button that we hit. The photos automatically come in where they belong. Okay, and when you see this later in print, there won't be orange boxes and stuff. It really looks exceptional. Okay, and then next up, we have our welcome center. Now, if you're on Weichert.com and you call the 800 number, I believe it's from 8 in the morning till 9 at night, a live person answers the phone, which in our society today, that's a pretty amazing thing. And it's a great thing for the seller, okay? Because somebody answers the phone, they find out why the person's calling. And if they get them to say, it's their house, they're going to transfer that call to you as the listing agent. And because the assumption is you know more about the house than anybody else does. All right. If you are not available and you don't answer the phone, it's going to go to somebody in your office next. If they can't find somebody there, they're going to send it to a different office. Okay, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to hand off that buyer to you. It's called a warm transfer, where you get to talk directly to that person that called the welcome center first. All right, so make sure that you have the appropriate phone numbers programmed in your phone so that when it rings and you see Weichert, you pick it up. Okay. Now, this is our local marketing. So we want to make sure that what we see here is what actually is going to happen. Okay, so Kathy's name is up here now. I can see it. Underneath that, you want to put your cell number, because that's what they're going to see on the sign when you place it. And then, of course, your photo will be in here automatically. It just feeds in from your profile. The next thing over here is the just listed postcard. Okay, so Kathy's name is in here. And then underneath is her title. Okay, and this is the address down here. This one here is we don't change. All right, so we want to make sure that it looks like this, because after they list with you and you start doing these things, in their mind, they're going to say, oh my gosh, she's doing exactly what she said she was going to do. Okay, because the sign's going to look like this. The postcard is going to look like this, the just listed postcard. Okay, so they're going to, it just reinforces that we do what we say. All right, so once you put that information in, you're going to save, and you're going to page options and update your master. Okay, next one up. This is a great one for the sellers. Okay, this is our Weichert Workforce Mobility. Weichert has contracts with Fortune 500 companies all over the world to help them relocate their employees. Okay, so we have a database of buyers that nobody else has access to, because the companies have the contract with Weichert. So when they're moving an employee, they're calling Weichert Relocation, and Weichert Relocation staff is watching our listings constantly to see if there's something that's going to match for the person who's moving. So it's definitely a database of people that no other agency has access to. Okay, so that's a really great thing for the buyer. And again, don't make changes in things, because you might make a change that was important and then they won't see it later and you know, we want to be consistent. Okay, so now this is our open house program. Again, you have an open house sign. You should be able to see your full name in the sign. And then underneath goes your cell number. Okay, once you've put them in, we save and update our master. And that way we never have to do it again. Once it's in, it's in. You know, once and done. That's always been my motto. All right, so we're going to move on. This is the more about the open house program. You can just make sure that you can see your name in here and it's not cut off or dropping underneath. All right, if you have to change the size, you can use these plus and minus buttons. Okay, and you can always change out this picture if you want. It's got the orange box. There is one in here. Hopefully it's still in here. There it is with the Weichert open house balloons kind of there. Okay, so you can put that in there if you want. Any changes you make, you're going to save and update your master. Okay, now this is the finance sheet. It is zeroed and blank and sample here because until they list with you, we cannot make a finance sheet. So this is just to explain to them that we are going to work with our mortgage advisor. We're going to have a sheet made showing buyers what the monthly cost would be for different types of loans. Okay, so sometimes, especially at open houses, people come and they don't really know what the list price of the house is. They just saw the sign, they want to see, you know, so they might hear you say what it is and then think, oh, I can't really afford that. But then they see this, you'll display it in with the rest of your open house stuff. And you also will put it in the packet that you give them to go with. They might see a monthly payment that they actually can afford. The other thing is you want to do one of these after they list with you, put it in a stand and ask them to keep it on their kitchen counter so that when buyers are coming through, they also can be provided with the information that might help them choose to purchase that house. All right. Again, it's just little things that we do to encourage, you know, the buyers to work with Weichert and see if, yes, I can purchase this home. All right. Again, you can change these pictures down here if you want to with anything that's in the gallery. You just click on the picture, click on the frame. Okay. And what do we do now? We save and update our master. Okay. Any changes you make that you want to be permanent, you're going to always save and update your master. Okay, now this is a page you see there's nothing we can change. This talks about all the different things that we can do with the buyer. We have our mortgage, we have our insurance, title, our home protection plan. These are all the people that work behind the scenes with the buyer to help them get to the closing for the seller. All right, next up is our price trend analysis. In the past 2 years, this was almost a worthless piece of paper because homes were selling instantly no matter what you listed them at. But as we all know, the market is changing and we're going back to a normal market. So this becomes important again. It shows them, the sellers, that we look at everything. We look at what's gone on in the past. We look at what's going on now, and we look at what might be happening in the future. And we combine all of our comps together to come up with what we believe is the best asking price. All right, and this is something that you'll work with your broker on. If you've never done one, you know, they will help you get one done. It's all automatic. You just type in the information and it does all the calculating for you. All right, then next up is about you. Okay, so up in here should be your license name. Underneath is your title. And then over here, there should be something. Okay, shame on Kathy, we don't have anything in there at the moment. But if you did your about me for your profile, you can copy and paste that in here. If you're more along the type of person that you really like the old resume style and this is what I did kind of thing, you can put that in here. Okay, but you definitely want to highlight yourself as being the neighborhood specialist. You're the person they want to list their home with. All right. If you were coming to my house and this page was blank, I would hope one, you didn't put it in your presentation at all. You left it out because I wouldn't want to see a blank page. Okay. So you have that option, but it really gives you the opportunity to shine a light on yourself and show them why you would be the right person for them to sign with. Next up, I call this the Candyland map because there used to be actually a brick road behind each of these pictures, and they do change over time, the pictures in the description. But basically, it's every step that the seller is going to go through with you, from the beginning of getting acquainted and getting to know their home, down all the way to where we received contracts. Okay, we do negotiating on inspection issues. We hold their hand every step of the way. There are agents out there that do not do business like we do. Once a contract is signed, they pass it off to the lawyer and the clients never see them again until the closing table. That's not how we do business. We're going to handhold them. We're going to try to make it as stressless as possible from beginning to end. Okay, now this is your pledge, and these are, like I said, pre-programmed in here. You can add things, you can take stuff out if you want to, but it really just is reinforcing that you are going to be there with them. You're going to return their calls. You're going to make sure that, information is getting to them that they need to know about, and that, you're right there for them no matter what. Okay, you're going to help them get through this. Okay, now this is our Jumpstart program, which explains to them the different things that we do over, a little bit of time to get the word about their house out there as quickly as possible. There is another picture in the gallery that, because some people don't like the track picture, I found out. So there is one in here that's the start button like on your car. So you could put that one up there if you would like. Okay, there's also this one, which I don't see where that kind of is a start, but I guess it could be. All right, so you put it in there, and again, you would save and update your master if you make a change. Next up is what will be the last page of your presentation. And basically, it's just thanking them for letting you in to talk to them. All right, when you get down here, I would think by now you're going to be on a first name basis, so you can always take out the last name and just have it have the first name there. Okay, and the thank you for inviting me in comes from a program that Weichert had years ago that was, invite me and I'll bring results. And it was an excellent program that worked for a long time. From that came the concept of, people invite you into their home. You're not just barging in and trying to sell their home for them. So it's the polite thing to say thank you. All right, so this is the last page. What we're going to see now are the optional pages. If you are going to be a big social media person and not just on Facebook, you would want to add this page. Okay, but if you're not going to do that, if you're not going to tweet or be in LinkedIn or Instagramming, you would not want to put this in your presentation because you don't want to present something you're not going to do. But if you are, this is an optional page that you can add in. And as you can see, the default picture comes in either way, whether you're going to use it or not. All right, the next one up, now this is about your community and the services you may do for your community. So if you are a big community person and you do a lot of stuff through your church or, you know, through the Elks or something like that, you could put the information together in here. And what that shows to the seller is that you have a different buyer base than other people have because of what you do in the community. If you don't do anything, that's fine, but I can promise you that in a year, if you've done all the things that the office does, you know, they do the downtown stuff, they, you know, they do, recently they did Wayne Day, you know, so if you start doing that stuff, then you're going to add all that in for your future presentations. Okay. And it's just all about putting the pictures. You can upload the pictures yourself. If you didn't in the beginning, you can add photos down here and just upload it in and then insert it. All right. So this is a great way to show that it's not just people who knock on the office door, you know, we go out and we find our opportunities out in the community too. This is the Weichert Workforce Mobility roster for the client. Okay, these are Fortune 500 companies. It even on the big paper that you do your presentation with, these names are very difficult to read. But if you want to include it as reinforcement to here's the pool of buyers, please do. Okay. There will be one in the leave behind where they can sit and look at it after you're long gone and say, oh my gosh, look at that. And there are recognizable names in here. Okay. So this is an optional page to whether you want to put it in or not. Next one up is virtual open houses. We built this because of what was going on in the pandemic. Right now we're back to regular open houses. So not a lot of agents are putting this in. You know, I assume at some point corporate will actually even probably pull it out. But if you have one of those people that's a little bit nervous about people coming in their house for an open house, you can always share with them that we are very skilled at doing virtual open houses. Okay. Next one up is, this is about basically about me and what I'm teaching you. This is your technology platform. It shows them all the different ways that you present their home on all kinds of media, whether it's social media or we're doing emails or we're doing postcards or, you know, we're texting, we're walking neighborhoods. It kind of says to them, we have a platform that captures all those leads that we find. And then we try to, as realtors, work them into buying the house. Okay. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, next up, this is we can sell your home from anywhere. Okay, so this is our new virtual toolbox. Not only can we do virtual open houses, but we can write our property ads from anywhere. It's not the old fashioned, you got to go back to the office and do things. It doesn't matter where you are, you will be able to do things to promote their home and advertise their home. Okay, this is our new We Do It All guarantee. Last year, it was strictly for buyers. Now it is also for the seller. So if the buyer comes through Weichert and they use Weichert services and anything happens and the closing does not happen on the day it's supposed to, then the check goes to the buyer and the check goes to the seller. Now, see all this little tiny type down here? You need to be in contact with your mortgage person or your broker and have them explain all the details to you so that you don't present it incorrectly. All right. The other thing about this that's good is we want you to do an exclusive for a week while we get everything ready, which allows us to market to Weichert people, okay, while we're having the sign installed, while the photos are being taken. We can advertise within the Weichert community, okay? And this is why this is super attractive for that reason, because you're going to get a Weichert to Weichert deal. So there's a good chance that this guarantee will come into play. Okay, this is our new thing because people wanted to sell their home, but there wasn't any place to go. So marketing came up with this sell now, move later kind of policies that are in here, different things, you know, including asking the buyer not to move in yet, you know, holding off the closing for as long as you can. But there's also Weichert corporate housing. Okay. And there's a lot of coming soon listings that we do, so that if you sell your home, we're going to give you, you know, first view of all of these things that are happening. Okay, so we are done with building our presentation. So now we're going to go back to arrange your pages, which is all of the slides here. Okay, so and the optional ones are down here. So now I want to move some of those optional ones into the presentation itself. So I can go over here to the move button, which gives each slide an arrow. All right, so I'm going to go down and I'm just going to move up this one. So I'm going to bring this up and then I'm going to slide up a little more because I think I want it after the Weichert way. Okay, so I have to move it up a couple of more rows. I just find it's easier to move it up and then scroll up than try to push it up, because then it seems to trigger all kinds of crazy box moving. So I want to put it right after this one. So I'm going to pull it from here and I'm just going to go over and drop it in. And now it's exactly where I want it. You can do that with any of the slides, the optional ones. After you've done a couple of presentations, if you find that you like to talk about something sooner than others, you can move these slides in whatever order works for you and how you're going to present. Okay. The other thing that you can do is we have, oh, I'm sorry. Once we move, we have to save. The other thing that you can do is you can turn on and off these. So remember how I said once you have your master, then there's only some customized pages that have to come in. You can turn off everything else except the 7 customized pages and just print the 7 pages you need. Okay, and once you've kind of set this up, you can just save it and leave it like this. And each time you come in to print, it'll just show you the 7 pages that you want to print. Okay, I'm going to undo these though, because I want you to see in a second what the whole presentation looks like. Okay, so once I've done everything that I want to do, I'm going to make sure I resave it. And then again, I have to update my master. So we're going to go in here and we're always going to do layout and content. That way, any wording that we changed on a page that we said update the master, it will definitely lock in. Once you're all finished, you're going to go to create a PDF. And now you're going to see all of the slides, and you'll go through them, make sure everything looks correct in the way that you thought it was going to. And then we can download it so that you can go to the office and print it on the proper paper, or you can download it and then you can show it to the client as a PDF slideshow, or you can convert it into a PowerPoint. There's a lot of different things you can do with the slides. So as you can see, we just scroll down. All of the things that we wanted are in here. Okay, it's a very professional and very impressive presentation. Okay, this is why we encourage every agent to use their presentation when they're going for a listing appointment. It just reinforces your professionalism, Weichert's professionalism, and how there is so much that behind you that's going to help sell their home. Any questions?
There's a check mark when you go back to edit your pages, like in the corner. What is that? Does that mean anything?
Okay.
Like that slide number 2, that little yellow check mark in the corner.
Oh, that just shows that you saved it.
Oh, okay.
We made a specific update this time.
Got it.
Okay, so anytime that you make a change like that and you save it, it will show you the slide that you updated. So you can see it from here. Okay, so these are all the ones that I worked on while we were talking. Okay,
Each project is different, right? Like if you save something or you move stuff around, it's not going to save for the next project. Like goes back to default.
it'll go back to default unless you updated your master page.
Oh, okay, that's what you mentioned.
That's what keeps it from going back to default. So the
Got
next time Carol comes in, she's not gonna have to worry about putting in the manager and, you know, the MTS because they're already in here for her. And we
Got
updated the master, so that definitely locks it in.
Okay.
Okay, but you can always rechange it. If you do something and the next time you want to show something else, make the change. And if you want it to be permanent, you update the master. But if you don't, you just save it and it'll go away the next time. That's what I like about the program is that you set up your basics, and then as you do each individual presentation, you can make a change or two without screwing up your master. Okay, now back here to the PDF real quick. Here's your download button. And you're just going to hit that, file it where, you know, you're going to find it. And you're done. Okay, so now the leave behind is your next important piece of paper. So we're going to go up here by projects and we're just going to click right into the leave behind. Same concept as the presentation. The stuff from the presentation, however, does not feed over here. So you do have to do things like go in here and you know, make the one that you want. So you would add your manager, you would add maybe your mortgage person, your closing advisor, you know, your title person, whoever you want to put in here. Okay, there are additional pages in here. It's all the same pages that you saw in the presentation, but there are some additional ones. Okay, there's the showcasing your home. And then, you know, how first impressions count, what you should do before people even start coming to see your home. Okay, and then what you should do that day when they're coming. All right, and they took it out, but there used to be a line in here about if you can bake some cookies because your home smells so good after you bake some cookies. Okay, so it's just things like that for them. Down further, and you see it's all the same ones, and the pictures pop in that we did before. Okay, here it is. So this is the list, all right, for the workforce mobility. So it'll be in the leave behind where they can then sit and at their leisure, you know, take a look at it and get very impressed at the people that we work with. Still blurry here, but it prints beautifully. All right, so we just gonna keep going down. We make sure that we have everything in our little boxes again that we need in there. If we add anything, same concept here, we're gonna save, and then we would update the master. Okay, and then, like I said, they're all pretty basically exactly what you did before in the presentation, just in a version where they can take their time and read it. All right, there's your, and again, this is going to be the sample. A lot of times I get people call me and they're like, I'm doing the leave behind and there's no prices coming in. Well, you can't do it yet because you don't have the listing yet. So we don't have a listing price yet. Okay, so once you get that, then you can go in the system and actually do the correct one for their listing. Okay, again, here you want to make sure you have information about you in there. This is okay, this is another one that's not in the presentation, but it basically goes over everything that makes the process easier for them and explains everything you're going to do. All right, and that's your pledge. Now, oops, I forgot. Sorry, let me go back a second. This is your introduction letter. Okay. They did not put a line in here to sign it, but I encourage my agents to sign it because when they open the book, the first thing they see is an actual signature. So now it's not just a book that anybody can put together. This was put together for them. All right. And then down when we get down to the, where did you go? Your pledge to them. We actually did remember to put the line in for you to sign and date it. Okay, so now at the end, they're also saying that you're signing it. Okay, it just all goes back to professionalism and making them feel special that this was for them, nobody else but them. All right, then the Jumpstart program comes in without any images. And again, we thank them at the end for letting us in. This next page is about the taxes. If you've pulled the tax records, you would be able to fill in these 8 boxes here. Okay, if you don't, again, don't give them blanks. So just don't print it or just leave it out. All right, and then the optional pages come in. Like before, you can add about the platform. All right, you can, this is about the virtual open house. This is about your community involvement again. Excuse me. The $5,000 guarantee. And the you can sell now and move later program. All right, so again, it's the same concept as before. We go in to arrange the pages. We turn off or on any ones that we're going to use or not use. Okay, so I'm not going to do the tax one, so I'm not even going to bother to print it. Okay, these don't have to be moved around because you're going to arrange, the booklet has tabs in it. So you'll be arranging the stuff to go with what the tab says it should be. So you don't necessarily have to put it in order. Once though you've got it planned down how your booklet's going together, then I would put the pages in just to make my life easier. And that way I could just print them out. They're all stacked properly and I can just slide them into the index where they belong. And then there's a beautiful cover on the front and the back. And then it's bound at the office. We actually have binding machines. So it looks very professionally made. And it's not just a, couple of pieces of paper you staple together to give them. All right, and again, all of the are down here. So anything you don't want to do, you're just going to turn it off. And again, we're just going to save everything at the end. If we did make changes, we would update our master with content. And then we're going to create our PDF for this. Now, these are on 8.5 by 11 paper. We have a better quality paper in the office that you should use. It's better than just regular copy paper. Okay, and you have to go in the office to bind it anyway, so you might as well print it there while you're there. And you're just going to download it up here. And I'm going to mark this one leave behind, so I know which is which later. And then you can just save it and take your laptop into the office. If you don't have a laptop and you use a computer at home, email yourself the 2 files. And then when you get to the office, you can print them from your email. I know I went through that kind of quick, but any questions?
Yes, I do have a question. Where did you find the leave behind tile at?
Okay, we were in our presentation here. Okay, so I went the quick way. Now it's going to take a minute to load, but up here you can switch to the different tiles. Okay, so from right here, you can do that. You can also backspace it to here and it'll do the same thing. All right, so we went to leave behind. Okay, did that answer your question? All right.
It did, however, I don't seem to have that feature.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
little weird. What office are you in?
So I'm in the Center City office. So let me ask you this. So is it after that I create the project, the new project, that it will allow me to the option of creating a leave behind, or is that
Yes.
supposed to be? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, so that might be what it is.
Yeah.
But if you continue to have an issue, check with your MTS or your processor should know how to do it, and so should your manager.
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
all right,
All right. Thank you.
no problem. Okay, so now we're done with the leave behind, so we want to go do our property business cards. And again, you're gonna print these at the office. They should have the perforated cards. If not, they have cardboard type paper, and we have cutting machines at every office to cut the cards into the right shape. All right, but most of them have the business, Avery business cards that you can print on. So you're gonna come in here and click on the front. First thing I'm gonna tell you to do is turn this group edits on. Okay, because that means you can make a change in one spot and it will feed through to all of the others. So it's same concept, different. You can change pictures, you can change text. We're gonna go in here and we're going to add Kathy's website because I don't see it on here. So we're gonna do first name dash last name .wakerd.com is her website. I'm going to put it in this box. I'm going to X out. That's going to save it. And now you can see it's in all the other boxes. So you type once and all 10 cards get updated. Once I've made a change, I'm going to save. And again, with this one, because this is a change I want to keep, I'm going to update my master page. Then I can go to the back side. Now, it's got their photo, it's got the address, but there's nothing in here. So you can come in and write about the house if you did the two-step, okay? If you didn't, you can go in here and just write something marketing fluffy, okay? So you can say, it says, call me to see this great property. You can do something like, I'd love to give you a personal and private tour of this lovely home. And then you can save it and it locked into all the others. So now I can save and update my master and just never have to worry about the back of the page again. All right, so I'd save. And then I can update my master. All right. Once I'm done, same thing, we're gonna go create the PDF. You're gonna double check the information and make sure that everything that's in here is how it should be. And then you can just download it and print it at the office. So quick and simple, easy way. And I promise you that if you go into the house and you hand them this card instead of your business card, it's going to be that wow effect. They're going to be taken aback that, oh my gosh, my house is on here. You've got all the information. You're telling people, let me give you a tour. Okay. It's very impressive. All right. We're going to go in now and we're going to do website stuff. You can customize your website. And let me just pull up Kathy's. Right now, when you go into your website, this is basically what you see. Okay. You've got a background photo. You've got a couple of links here to different things. Your information is over here. You come down. You've got see my listings. You probably, if you have no listings, will see our listings, and that would be all the listings in the office. All right. Then down here, if you wrote your about me, this is where it's going to show up. Underneath that is my areas of expertise, which are the towns that you work in or that your office covers. You have your affordability calculator where people can play and figure out if they really can afford anything. And then you have your map that shows them where your office is. At the bottom is all your information again. The search is just basically that. It's a search engine. They can come in here and they can search your MLS. And if the office has a different additional MLSs, they can search there. This is not a national search engine like Weichert.com is. It is limited to the areas that we work in. You can go into the sell button, which they can put in their address and get an estimate of what their home might be worth. Then under here is your profile and your listings. Your resources right now are just contact, and your sign in is for them to sign into your website. As soon as they do that, they will end up on your dashboard, and then you'll see everything that they're doing on your website. Very simple, adequate website. Now let me show you mine, which is what we're going to do tonight. Little bit different. Okay, this is my website. These are all customized things that do exactly what the other one does, but isn't it nicer to see start your home search here rather than search? Okay, your home's worth rather than sell. Okay, I put in a thing for the mortgage person so they can go into here. Here's my mortgage guide. They can ask a question directly. Hopefully this takes me back to my home. Nope, goes back to the search. It's so new, I don't know all the details yet. Okay, so under here is my agent profile. My listings are in here. My testimonials are in here. I also built a couple of blog things. So where the one just had your profile and your listings, this one has more. These are all custom built. Resources, we can take us to our resources, which now are a couple of other customized pages I've put in where they can go in and see about the buyer's advantage over renting, okay, why it makes more sense. And this is all stuff that from my social media, I'm going closed it by mistake. From my social media, I'm going to drive them to these very specific pages in my website. It's everything is about getting them to your website so that you can capture them and their information. And then, like I said, you'll see what they're looking at, which helps you be the realtor and get them to go and look at some of those houses maybe. All right, and the We Do It All guarantee is in here. Now this is where they sign up. Okay, so even your seller has to come to your website and go to this page and register. That way, should their deal be Weichert to Weichert, they're already registered and you don't have to worry about it. Any buyers that you're want to tell about this, you want to send them here to the website, because when they log in here and they register, they're locked to you. Okay, if they're at the Weichert.com and they do this, they're not locked to you. Okay, so the mortgage person gets their information and he might pass it to a different agent in your office, because we don't know that they belong to you or that they came from what you did advertising wise. All right, so there's a lot of different things on my site than you see on your own. So I know it looks like this is gonna be crazy, but I promise you, it's only gonna take a few minutes. And we're going to get a lot of this stuff on your website tonight. So we're over in our platform, or My Wyker platform. We're gonna go to Web and IDX. And we're gonna start at the Web Manager. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. And I'm gonna go into Edit Settings in the very middle here. And from here, I can do different things. So I'm going to change the template. I have the material template. I'm gonna do the hero one. That's the one, the new one that we're promoting now. So I'm gonna hit save, and it's going to now show me pictures. I can add these pictures to my background. I can pick as many as I want. Okay, I can add whatever I like, but I tell people kind of avoid the palm trees because that's not really our area. You know, but this beach scene works okay. You just click on the button on the side. This looks much nicer on the website. And you can pick different pictures. And what's going to happen is it's going to scroll. So every time somebody goes back to your website, they're going to see a different background. Okay, it's not going to be the same image all the time. Okay, so you can go in and you can pick whatever kind of houses you'd like to. And then there are some that are not homes. See, I'm the Jersey Shore area, so I'm always looking for these kind. I'm down the shore. All right, but there are, as you go down, there are all different. This is a great suburb kind of house to put in. Okay, so you see there are all different types of houses that would be appropriate to the area that you work. And then there's some interior pictures. And then there should be some people images. There we go. Okay. Now, when we started this in 2019, we only had 20 pictures to pick from. So it was one of the first things that came back was, gee, I'd like to have more pictures in the background. So they keep adding. So every time I come in here, I see a new one. So always be, you know, kind of looking maybe twice a year and change out some of your pictures if you'd like to. All right, by clicking or unclicking this box, it adds it to your background. Excuse me. I've been talking all day. Hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. So you're going to scroll down and you're going to hit the save button right here under the last picture. That's going to save all those pictures to scroll through your website background. Okay, the next couple of things we don't do anything with. They're set up for a reason. But down here now, see this forced registration basically means the pop-up. You know how when you go online shopping and the pop-up comes up and it says, you know, if you give me your email, I'll send you some stuff. Our website does the same thing. It will send the pop-up. So it gives you options. So you could do it right after they view whatever you sent them there to view. Okay, you can require it after a couple of views. Okay, you can say, I don't want to ask them to register, but I don't know why you do that because the purpose of your website is to capture people. Okay, you can prompt it, but not require it. The normal is what a lot of websites do. They let you look at something and then they say, okay, can you register? The pop-up will come up. They can get past it if they want. But the idea is that, you know, the pop-up will keep coming up so that they register. All right. So if you make a change in here, definitely save it. But I would leave this one until you get to see how your website generates business. Now, the title. Let me go back to hers so you can see. will help open the door to your future home. That is the standard one. You can make it whatever you'd like. Okay, so I think mine is, let me find your perfect place. Okay, there are agents that I've worked with who put, Carl can show you your new home, and they put their name in it. You can do whatever you'd like. Okay, and it's right here. Okay, so we're gonna say Kathy can make your home search easier. All right, and then I'm going to save it. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to go back and we'll be able to refresh the page and you'll see that change in there. If you're going to use your Facebook, you would put your username in here and that would activate the chat button. You can see on mine, I have the chat button. So they can click here and chat with you. And basically what that is it's instant messaging. So through the Facebook, that you'll get an instant message notice and then you can chat back with them through the instant messenger. Excuse me. Okay, now testimonials. If you are an experienced agent and you have testimonials out on Zillow, you can attach them here. If you don't, there is another place where you can start putting testimonials. Okay, now these are the navigation buttons. All right, so you saw on Kathy's, it says search, sell, and finance. On mine, it says start your new home search here. Your home is worth what? And mortgage questions. So you can go back in here and put whatever you would like for the label for those search engines. All right, once you make the change, you're just going to hit the save button and then that's going to feed to your website. Okay, same thing with the resources. Now there's a couple coming up that do not pertain to a normal agent's website. So you're not going to see agents or we're hiring or the recruiting. Okay, that really is for the broker manager and the RVPs. Sorry. I'm thinking whose website is this on? That's where it is. Okay, custom pages we can build and then we can set the navigation in here. So here's the We Do It All one. Okay, so we're going to set that and now that will be on her website. And then we can build other ones and then they'll show up in here. There'll be a list and then we can pick the other ones that we want to go up. All right. And now we're down and we don't need any of this. We're not changing any of that. We don't need the tagline. Here we go. This is where I was headed. Listings. If you are not going to do commercial or business, you would want to unclick those. I tell the agents all the time, take out pending and take out not coming soon, contingent. Basically, that means there's contracts written. Okay, they may still be an attorney review and not out. You don't really want somebody to get excited about a house that you can't really show and sell them. Okay, it's not where they can go and take their time and think about it. Attorney review is 3 days. Okay, so if it's pending or contingent, it's already in attorney review. All right, so that would have to be like the fastest shopping trip you ever did with a person trying to buy a house. All right, so I would take them out. That way you're not causing the problem of, oh, but it was on your website, and it didn't say I couldn't go look at it. You know what I mean? So it's up to you, but it's always been my suggestion that you take those out. If you're not gonna do adult 55 and overs, take them out, okay? If you don't want to be bothered with rentals, take them out. Okay, it will only show the ones that you click here. Any changes you make sure you hit the save button. Kathy
Yep.
likes these in here, so I'm putting them back. Okay,
I'm actually missing those, so I don't have them.
I'm sorry.
I'm actually missing that. I'm missing pending contingent townhouse adult 55 plus.
On your listing list?
Correct.
Okay, what, everything else is there, single family, multifamily?
Yeah.
Okay, and now what state are you in?
I'm in the Clifton office. Clifton.
Oh, all right, so you're in Jersey, it should be in there. Because I had somebody on the other day that was from Maryland. And the website down there is a little bit different because of board regulations. So I'm not sure why you're not seeing that, but do me a favor, and Clifton is Tatiana, right?
Yeah,
Is your MTS?
correct.
Yeah, definitely check in with her, and even if you screenshot it and email it over to her, let her contact the KV Core people and find out why that is not there.
Okay,
It
thanks.
should be, okay? That's
Yep.
why I asked you what state, because every state is a little bit different with the board regulations.
Got it.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go down. We're really not gonna change anything else except down here. See, it says the days on the website. That's not really what I want them to see. I want them to see the pricing. And I'm not gonna do low to high unless I really want to do rentals. I'm gonna do high to low so that the $1 million houses show first. Okay, and we're gonna hit save. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to her website and I'm gonna refresh it. And if I did everything right, you'll see some changes. Come on. They usually happen quite quickly, but they did not. All right, hang on a second. Let me go a different way. Sometimes we have to trigger it. Okay, don't know why it didn't update. Not one thing that I did. It could be because we changed her to this setup. So I think that takes an overnight update of the whole system. But basically tomorrow hers is gonna look like this and she's gonna call me and go, what did you do? You know, I told her I was gonna make changes, so I know she's gonna go look. But once you've done all that, then this is how your website will look. So if you say, I don't want to do land, remember we talked about, they won't show any listings for land. Okay. Down here is your testimonial. I'm going to show you that in a second. And then down further is now our listings, which is the office and the Weichert company, and then also anybody in our MLS, because we have an IDX that allows us to do that. All right, just listed is exactly that. These are coming soon, open houses, listings that just came on the market. Okay, and then some people will have another carousel, which will be sold properties. That would be properties that they have closed on. Now, my only warning to you is if you had the buyer, you need to take your own picture of the front of the house and upload it into the system. Okay, because we are not permitted to advertise photos on closed listings that were not our listing. The regulations get a little bit crazy. That's why you have MTSs, so that you can talk to them about what you can and can't do. And then now my bio about me is moved down here. And then, like I said, I wrote a couple of blogs. These are old, but they show up at the bottom here too. We get all the way down here. Now is the areas you cover. What I didn't show you in the first website is if you click on this, hang on 1 second for me. Honey, there's dessert in there in the box. Take it home. Oh, okay. I'm busy. I'll talk to you later. All right, wait for her, please. Sorry, my grandkids are running in and out. This is the information that comes up when you click on the town. Okay, so they get to see, you know, how many new listings there are, how many reduced, which is going to start, those numbers are going to start going up now as the market changes. Okay, so they get to see a little bit of everything. Okay, and these are the different developments, and they can actually click in. And if there's any listings in that development, it'll open up to that. Okay, so it's kind of, I'm always impressed when I look at the website because I think it's a lot of information that we provide to people before they even do any kind of business with us. So make sure that the areas you cover are what you cover. If anything is missing, it can be added. If you want to take anything out, you can also do that. And again, I have to keep referring to your MTS because they're the ones that will help you get all of this detail really down and working for you. So we're going to go back in the platform now, and we're going to scroll back up to the top, and we're going to go in now to testimonials. Are we? Oh no, we're not in the right place. My bad. I want to actually be in the other screen. So we're going to go back to the website. And now I'm going to go site overview. Okay, so now I'm over on the right side of the page. Here's my testimonials. Here's my service areas, and then custom pages. If you have somebody who closes and you ask them to write a testimonial, the first one you have to enter yourself. Okay, so they can email it to you, and then you can come in here and you're going to add the testimonial. You're going to put in who wrote it. And then you're going to type in whatever they said. I'm just doing something simple. Okay, then you're going to add it. Now, when the page updates, your clients will actually be able to go to your page and go into testimonials and write their own story right in your website itself. So they'll type in their information in here, hit submit, and then it will show up in the list of the testimonials that you have. The stars, they don't get to do. I don't know why, but they don't. So back here in the platform where you have the testimonial, you can put the stars in. What I'm going to tell you is be honest. If the person said you did great, but there might have been an issue, do 4 stars. Okay? But otherwise, do 5 stars, and then they will show up on the website. Excuse me. Okay, next is your service areas. Now, your list will be blank. So if you are happy, because they pull in the office list onto your website. So all of these, towns down here in the bottom come from the office. Okay. If you don't like those and you want to change them, then you can come in here and you can add the town. You just start typing in the town name. Okay, and make sure it's New Jersey, and always pick the area or the city. Neighborhoods are not always the widest range in a town. Okay, and then you can just go there and it'll add it on your list. But once you've done that, you have to add all of the towns. It's going to erase what the office had. Okay, so you would have to add in all of the towns that you work in. Okay, and they just keep coming up and you just keep clicking on them. Every now and again, you're going to run into where it doesn't default to New Jersey first or whatever state that you might be in, because the towns, they're in multiple states. So make sure you're adding New Jersey or Pennsylvania or Delaware, or Virginia, wherever you might be. Once you're done, They're already saved, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Next thing coming up is the custom pages. So you can build your own page. Okay. The We Do It All here, you just turn it on and it'll publish it to your site for you. Okay. New pages, you figure out what you're going to do first, then do the page. So if you remember on my site, one of my pages was about the home ownership. Okay. So in the Weichert system, if you go into Weichert Tools and you go down to marketing resources. Oh, maybe tools. No, that's yours. It should be in here. They keep moving stuff and it makes me crazy. But anyway, here's your advantages to homeownership. Okay, so you click on that and you say, when it opens, thank you. You say, oh yeah, this is the one I want to do this. You're going to download it to your computer. You're going to put it in a place where you're going to find it easy. And then in your platform, you're now going to add that as a new page. So we're going to go in here, the title, you can change the title if you want, but it's advantages to ownership. All right, now my categories, I have quite a few. You won't have any yet. So your category might be buyers. So you're going to just put buyers in here, or buyers tips. All right, or renters, because it really is focused on telling a renter why they should buy. So I can do renters. Okay, that's my new category. After it's becomes a category, you can find it on this list. So if you wanted to add it to that, you could. Okay, we're going to skip the body of it and we're just going to come down here and we're going to use the URL. Now, you could put it in up here as an image. So I can open my image. I can upload that PDF I downloaded and I can put it in that way. But the link seems to works a little bit easier. So I'm going to go up here to my advantages of homeownership. I'm going to copy this link. And I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to paste. Okay, and that's all I need to do. The slug is already in. I'm not going to worry about meta tags. Okay, it's going to go to every site that I'm in control of, and I'm going to save it. So now I have it here and it's already turned on. So that's going to show up on the website. Now let's go check that website again if we can and see if anything kicked in yet. Not yet, but it will. I hate when things don't work when I'm training. All right, so you can put in as many custom pages as you want. Each time you can do different categories. See, now she has a renter category and the We Do It All. If I made a category of sellers tips, then I can keep going back and adding more things to the sellers tips category. And as you can see on my website, under my resources, I have buyers, I have seller tips, and I have the We Do It All in here also. Okay, so you could have, under buyers, you could have 4 or 5 different things. If buyers are going to be your thing, you're going to want to share with them all the information you can find about being a buyer. Another excellent one in the toolbox is the customer journey. Okay, it's a very colorful piece. It will show them what goes on with the buying, and it will have your information right in it on the website. So you can direct people here from your social media, and when they get to the page and they read a little bit about it, well, now they have you to contact for more information. Right there, they don't have to jump in and out of the pages in the website. So if you look in the market resources, you're going to find all different things. The showcasing your home that was in the presentation, you can put that on your website as tips for the seller. All right, so there's a lot of different things in here that you can do. At some point, you get into just headers for the different social media sites, but the Weiger Toy Drive flyer is a great one at the holiday time to put up on your page and send people to, because then they can drop toys at the office for the toy drive. Okay. In here also, since we're in here, you're going to find all the logos that you need for Weichert. Okay, you're going to find all under one roof. You're going to find the regular Weichert one. So when you're building your own things, you can come here and get all of your logos that you can put into your stuff. Weichert.com fact flyer, okay, just talks about our digital strategies and how they work. You could put this under a seller tab. All right, so there's a lot of different things that you can do. And again, it comes down to you either coming in, figuring it out for yourself, or working with your MTS in the office and letting them help you build your website, okay, to be the best that it can be at this point. Where am I? Is this me? Yes. Okay, so I know this is a lot that I threw at you, but how am I doing? Questions?
Yes, I do have a question for you regarding the custom page, right? Once you complete it, where does it go?
It goes under resources.
Oh, okay.
To put it up here, you would have to eliminate something that's already there. It only allows you so many tabs. Okay, but once you do, you can put it in your resources. And then if you're sending somebody to that particular page from your social media, you're just going to copy this URL at the top.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One more question for you also.
Yep.
Going back to the testimonial. If I'm a relatively new agent and I only have one testimonial, is that considered, questionable or a good look, or
no, because
should we hold off on that and
I have
accumulate more?
Yeah, I have a lot of top producers who never bothered to ask for a testimonial. So they're just starting to do that now, because unless you owned, space on Zillow, there was really nowhere to put your testimonials. Weichert in the beginning didn't have testimonials on their websites. So a lot of agents, I have one agent in LBI, she, after she closed, she like barely kept in touch with people because she thought if I call them, they're going to do nothing but complain. And so when she started working with me, I was like, what are you, crazy? These people are your pipeline for referrals. So she reached out, and I can't tell you how many people were so happy to hear from her. So when we were doing testimonials, she asked them, I know it's been a while, but would you mind? And they wrote them. I have new agents who actually have a family member write something nice about them just so they have something up there, which is fine, because as long as they're talking about how you work, you can put it up as a testimonial. So yeah, you only start with one, but it'll build. Each time you close, just make sure that you ask the client to go put a testimonial up for you. And sometimes, Weichert does the surveys, like when if they use Weichert services other than you, they send out these giant surveys for them. They send them out for you. How did you do? That kind of stuff. People sometimes write in there what would be the testimonial. And when your manager shares that with you, you can put it up on your site as a testimonial. Just make sure that you're putting the person who said it in there. So the same thing goes for if you have a family member. They can write about, how they see your work ethics. Okay, and you know, just write something and then you can put it up.
Where's that hiding, the testimonial? Like, I saved the
Okay.
book, but I don't see
In-
it.
Over in, sorry. Go back to website manager. Okay, so when you go to Web and IDX, over here on the right in the website content, that's where the testimonials are. So you can go in and add the first testimonial and then have people go to your website. But if they email you something or otherwise, you can keep coming in and adding another testimonial.
Okay, yeah, I think I tried to add one, but I don't see it on my website.
Well, it may take, I'm thinking that they're doing a lot of updates right now. So
Oh, okay.
things normally that would go up instantly are not. So I would say give it till tomorrow, then go check and it should be there.
And then it kind of just shows up somewhere.
It'll show up
Mhm.
under the, hang on. I lost my site. Let me pull my site up again. So your testimonials will be down in the
Okay,
body
yeah.
of it.
I was just curious. Okay, it shows up
And
there.
yeah, and then actually what these are carousels. So people can click through and look at how many testimonials you have if they want to. Everything on the new site is basically a carousel. So it starts with a few things and then you can move along and see more. And the testimonials are exactly the same way. So if you had 10 of them, people would be scrolling through the 10. All right, does that make sense?
Yeah, and I see
Okay.
uncheck it too. All right, perfect.
Okay, and I don't know if you noticed, but every time I go back to my website, my background is different. Which I like because it looks like fresh. You know how you go to a website and you see the same thing every time? And after a while, it's kind of boring to see that. By doing those pictures, it changes your background every time. So that it always looks a little bit different. Okay, I did forget one thing and I didn't see it. That's probably why I forgot it. Let me just. We wanted the hero one. Okay, and I saved it. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, I missed this piece. When I was showing you how to set up the new website, you can actually change how it looks. So mine had the yellow, but you could do a black. So everywhere where mine is yellow, it would be black, or you can do it in a gray. All right, so all of this here would be black or gray. Okay, this would be black or gray instead of the yellow. You know, I went with the yellow because, you know, it's Weichert and we do everything yellow. So, but you can change it to be what you'd like. And I apologize for missing that before. And again, anything you change, you want to make sure you save. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to go IDX wise. Okay, so any other questions about the website? And again, I know this is a lot to throw at you in 2 hours, but it's just to give you an idea of what's possible. Okay, you can try things on your own. You can't blow up the system. Okay, I promise you, you can't blow it up. You can do different images and stuff on your website, try different things. Okay, the website will just keep updating. You can go back later and put it back again. Okay, so that there's no way for you to cause an issue in the system. The only time I am always cautioning you is in what you actually say. Okay, because again, we have lots and lots of regulations from the boards on advertising and stuff like that. So your website is advertising. Okay, so that would be the only thing that I would do. Now we have a couple of minutes left, so I really would like to show you how to post on on your social media site. Okay, so I have to actually now log out of her and get into my own. So give me 1 second here. And hopefully it works. Yeah, I know it was gonna do that. Let me shut down. I have to shut down, so bear with me a second. Oh, it's not gonna let me do that. I think I am having one of those days. I should have stayed in bed this morning. All right. Where are we? We pause. Okay, so now we're gonna do the social media stuff. There are two things that you can do very easily. All right, in playbooks, if there is your own listing or a listing in the office you would like to promote, you can open the playbook. If it's your listing, it'll come up under my listings. If you don't have any, you can go down and do the office. And again, I have a million offices, but you could go down and do the office and it will show you there the ones that are in your office. So here's one, this is the one you want to promote. Okay, you can promote another Weichert agent's listing. Okay, you can send them an email and say, hey, I'm putting this up on my social media. I don't know any agent who's going to tell you, no, don't try to sell the house. Okay, so you can start promoting, and over here on the left is social media, leverage social media. And if you go down to digital promotion, there is a squeeze page already made for you on that particular listing. So you can take that and go right from here, log into your Facebook. And I'm hoping that I can remember my password. Because I wrote it down, but by the time I find the book I wrote it in, our class will be over. Okay, here we go. We did good. All right, so now see, here is my website. So when they click on this picture, they're actually going to end up on my website. I'm going to show you that in a second. When you post to Facebook, you have to come up here and you have to post it on a page you manage and then post it on your real estate page. Okay, now I have several real estate pages. I'm going to do this one. Okay, and then what you can do is you're going to type your headline. New listing in Manchester. Don't miss this opportunity. Click below for more information. So we give them an action to do. We give them a little information. We give them an action. So we want them to click the picture. And then we remind them that we're here, so you can text or call me. And I put my cell number in. Oh, sorry, forgot in here the at. Does something different. Okay, and then I'm going to end with feel free to like and share, because I want people to share it. I want to get it out there. It's the old adage of you tell two people, they tell two people, that's how Facebook works. You need people to share it, or you need to share it yourself. Okay, so now I've written it all up. I'm going to go down and click the button to go to Facebook. And then I'm going to jump into my Facebook page and show you. It's because I'm in Edge that none of my passwords are in there. Okay. Let's do. All right, so I'm going to go down and I'm going to go to the page that I put it on. And here's the post that we just made. When I click on it, it's now going to go to my website. and it's going to go to the listing on my website. So they're gonna see, you know, here's the photo carousel. They can go through the photos if they'd like. Here's the information about it. Okay, so they're on my website. So if they go to look at other things, the pop-up will come up. It won't come up now because I'm already registered like 100 times, so, okay? But that's how that works. So very quickly from social media, I have brought them to my website. And that's what you want to do in social media. You always want to bring them back to you. Okay, so you drive them to your website and hopefully they register on your website. And then you can capture information about them and reach out to them. All right, now the other thing you can do from here is the landing page, but this is only if it's a brand new listing. Okay, I would not do the landing page after a month or so. Okay, make sure that in here is your website. Okay, and then you're going to come down here and it's the same thing again. We're going to post, but a landing page is different. A landing page is like a mini website. So when they click on Facebook, they're going to go to a mini website that's going to give them a little bit of information. And then they're going to have to give me an email so that they can go find out more information. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that works. So we're going to go to Facebook again. I'm going to make sure I am on my business page. Unless I want to put it on my personal page and share it, you could do that. You know, everybody does things differently. So now we're on my website. I'm going to do the same kind of headliner. Okay. Oh, and you can set this up so that it goes this way if you want. Okay. Your Facebook, you can write it any way you want the headliner. Okay, so once my headline is written, I'm going to go post it to my Facebook. I'm going to go in my Facebook page now. I am going to recycle. Yep. See, sometimes you have to recycle your Facebook to get it up. Yep. Okay, so now I'm on this one. I'm going to click. Now I'm on the landing page. So I'm telling them it's just listed. I'm giving them a couple of pictures, some information. Okay, this all comes right off of the MLS. But if they want to see the price and some more pictures, they have to give me some information. Okay, so they have to give me an email. The cell phone is optional, so they don't have to give me the cell phone. They can if they want to. Now they're going to click on to see the price and the pics. Come on. Thank you. And it takes them to the page and now they'll be able to see the price and they can look at all of the pictures. When I hit that button to see the price and the pics, it went onto my dashboard. Okay, that's how I captured them. So now they don't have to log in here unless they, you know, want to give me more information. I already have their email, so now I can start reaching out to them. Okay, so it's a great way, very quick and easy way to post things on your Facebook and have people go to your website. Another way that you can do that is you can just go into, you know, build a squeeze page. and lead engine, because remember, this is all about bringing in leads. That's why they're in the lead engine. There are 4 different types of squeeze pages I can do from here. What I just did before was the single property. A multi-property is just going to pick some houses and have a carousel where they can look at a couple of home photos. The other one in here that's exceptionally gets exceptional results is the seller squeeze page. So we're going to do a seller squeeze page. I have to tell it what the source is. So I'm going to Facebook, but I might be going to Twitter or, you know, my LinkedIn. I'm going to give it a hashtag. So hashtags are your personal identifier for a contact. So I'm going to do, this was a seller squeeze page that I did on 10/19. No spaces in a hashtag. Once you're where you want to be, you click underneath and that locks it in. You need to see this box with the X. Okay, now I'm going to put in the zip code. So I'm going to use mine. Okay, you put in the zip code of where you want them to see information. So it's whatever town you might be working in. So once the zip comes underneath, you're going to click and lock that in. And then we're just going to hit this green button. And now I have my links. The bottom one is for Twitter because they have character restrictions. Okay, I'm going to copy it here with this little piece of paper to my clipboard. I'm going to go into my Facebook. I'm going to go where it says I can create a post. You have a choice now. We're going to go to MetaSuite because that Facebook one is going away. So you might as well see the new stuff that's coming out on Facebook. All right, so I'm going to create my post. Where did it go? There we go. So on the right is going to be my preview. On the left is what I'm doing. I'm going to go in where the text belongs. I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste because I'm going to paste what I just copied to my clipboard. Once this photo comes in, I can take this out, but I have to take it out all at once. If I backspace it out, the photo will disappear. I want the photo to stay there. So I'm just going to go like that and take that out. My photo is still there. Now I'm writing my headline. Okay, so let's see. Attention. Key residents. Sorry, my fingers are just not working anymore today. Do you know what your property is valued at in today's market? Click below for a quick estimate of your home's value. Text or call me at 871 and then please like and share. What? I'm working. No, go away. I'm working. Sorry, my grandson. All right. So now everything is in. So I can scroll down. I can do publish now. I don't know if it's me or my mouse lately. Okay, did I miss something? No, I did not. Everything is in. I have no idea why it won't let me publish it.
There's another publish button further down.
Oh, further down. I'm sorry. You know what? I have bars in the way that, oh, there we go. That's why. Thank you. Appreciate that. I forgot that I have these bars in the way all the time. Okay, I'm not boosting, so I just want to post it. Okay, so now this is the calendar that it shows you that what you posted. And I need to get back to me, so I'm gonna go back here. And home. And now. Okay. Where's my post? Am I not in the right place? I tell you, Facebook made so many changes lately. It just makes me. Let's recycle. Yeah, we're still stuck in this meta thing. Let me go back to me. Can I do that? No, it's going to stay in this meta suite. They said I apologize because Facebook keeps making changes and I can't keep up sometimes with what they're doing. But you can see that we kind of got stuck in this meta suite and I can't get back to my page from here. So we're going to go back this way and log back in again. And now we'll go to my page. And hopefully my post will be here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now what happens after it's on Facebook and the people click is it takes them to your website, but it takes them to the page that they have to give you some information in order to get more information. So the average home estimate in my area is 481. To find out exactly what my estimate would be, I'd have to put in my address. Okay, so I'm going to add my address in here. I'm going to hit next. It's going to ask me for my email to verify myself. Okay, been here before, so it's already in here. Okay, 732 1. Okay, so now I can go in and it's going to let me see the report about my house. Okay, I can't find anything on anybody else, but Core Listing says this is what my house is worth at the moment. Okay, so it gives me a map of the area. It also shows me other homes in my general area. All right, so it's an excellent way. Now this piece down here, I love this piece. It tells them how many engagements Weichert Realtors has online today. Okay, it says how many people have been looking near my home. Okay, how many people have been looking in that price range. And we have the possibility already in our system for 33 buyers for this home. Now, 33 buyers doesn't sound like a lot, but I live in nowhere land. Okay, I am as rural as you can get. So 33 people looking potentially in this area would be impressive to me. All right, so these are just things that help impress people as to what you can and can't do for them. And it also shows them buyers on our website who have looked in the area. It gives them an idea. They can't really see any other information, but it gives them the idea of what's going on. Here's my information here, and then beneath it is my cell and the office number. Okay. When I click that button and I gave them my email and my phone number, they're on my dashboard. Now, they'd be on your dashboard. It's not going to be on mine because I already have me in here. So it's not going to show me again, I don't think. We're going to go double check in the Smart CRM. Yeah, it doesn't because I'm already in here. But when it's a new person coming to your website and registering who's not in your database already, it's going to add them to your database. So it's another lead that you now have that you have the opportunity to try to reach out and contact. Okay, that's going to be it for tonight. There's so much more. I know I really bombarded you guys, but please try to take the opportunity to contact your MTS and, you know, have the conversation, even if it's via email, have the conversation with them to see what, you know, what other things that you can do to build your base. Remember that the system is your secretary that works in the background. So you give it instructions, it's going to do things for you, and you're just going to go check your database periodically and check in. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you guys something that I have not shared with a lot of people yet. Next week is my last week. I'm going back into retirement. So I am very happy to answer any questions over the next week. Email me, text me, whatever. After that, though, anything I get, I will be forwarding over to your MTS directly. All right. It's been great. I so much appreciate that you showed up tonight. If you have not yet put your name and your office name in my chat, please do so. Again, I still have to report to people. Okay. And I want you guys to have a great night. Have a wonderful weekend. And hopefully I'll see you soon.
It's been such a pleasure, Patty. Thank you so much. Great job, and you know, happy retirement. But
Well,
it's been a
thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. I was in retirement. They brought me back, but I'm going back into retirement next week.
Okay, thanks
Thank
for
you, Patty.
everything.
Thanks.
You're very
Appreciate you
welcome.
being here for us.
Very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that you came. I hope you learned a lot. I know it was a lot. The videos will be up on my YouTube site tomorrow. I will send you all the link. You can go back in and take a look. There's other videos in there about different parts of the system. You know, feel free to look at whatever. Hopefully it'll help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
night.
Thanks.